Hello, I'm Dr. Roland Gauder. I'm from Germany, and I own a company where we build loudspeakers since many years. And this is just one of our flagships. That's the DARC 500, and it's a new creation with many new technologies inside. And all these technologies only have one purpose: to bring the music to you in a new style. And I could talk about this hours and hours, but I brought to you my partner, Mr. Volker Spect, who's my sales manager, and I think he should talk about what is different in our speakers compared to all the others, because I'm the designer, and so everybody thinks that this man can tell me whatever he likes, but from your voice, I think it's much more convincing. So
you think so?
Yes.
So thank you about this. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. Well, there are many loudspeakers on the market, and in our opinion, or should I say in my opinion, it's not always easy for the customer to find the right one. So for us, it's always a challenge to find the right way between the design, and I don't mean the technical design, the design of the loudspeaker, so the shape of the loudspeaker, and on the other side, that a loudspeaker really can perform not only in the studio where you buy it, not only in a perfect acoustic listening room where you hear it before you buy it. In our idea, the loudspeaker should perform in the room where the customer sits, and the loudspeaker does not play only certain kind of music. He should play every kind of music. Yes, because if a loudspeaker decides, for example, that he only play classical music in a very good way and rock music in a bad way, then it's not a good loudspeaker. So the design, the technical design of our speakers is following exactly to this. And the other idea is that the cabinets of the speakers, now here we have a big one, a big model, but the idea behind this is not to be a diva from the optical way. It's much more important to have a cabinet, to have a loudspeaker system which performs in nearly every surrounding about acoustics. Of course, we know that the better acoustics makes the better sound.
Yes.
Of course we know, but the delta between the bad acoustics and the good acoustics by a Gauder acoustic loudspeaker is not that big. And in our opinion, this is very important.
Yes, absolutely, because you have your living room and you don't want to have a studio at home.
Yeah.
And so you need loudspeakers which are able to perform like hell in your living room. And that's totally different from our speakers to many others, because when I listen to many other speakers, I hear a right speaker and a left speaker.
Yeah, that's one point, Roland. Yeah. And another thing is, you heard a certain speaker, excuse me, you heard a certain speaker in a certain surrounding and it sounded very good. And then you hear it in another surrounding and it sounds very poor. And then you must start asking yourself, why?
Yeah.
Because some loudspeaker, or should I say most of the loudspeakers, they react on the acoustics which surrounds them much more than ours. Of course, ours react too, because you're not a magician. In my opinion, you're very close to, but you're not. But that means, excuse me, that means we put a lot of technical know-how inside that you cannot do so many things wrong to destroy the sound quality of the loudspeaker.
Yes.
Maybe we should explain a little bit.
Yes, I think we should. We should explain, but also what is the sound quality? The sound quality to me is not to have a speaker on the left and on the right. I want to create a sound stage between the speakers, in the depth, in the height, in the width, so that you have a three-dimensional picture of the orchestra, of the band, of the jazz players. Because if you close your eyes and you have this perfect illusion in front of you, then you can really understand the music. You get into the music, and then you know what the artists wants to tell you.
Maybe this is a big difference. We always say the perfect loudspeaker is the loudspeaker which does not exist. Because when you hear the music and you close your eyes and you don't see the loudspeaker anymore, then it's a good loudspeaker. So there are two customers. No, it's not correct. There is one customer, but in the beginning there are two customers. So two customers, because one, they look hi-fi, and the other ones, they hear hi-fi. They want to hear music, and the other ones, they want to look hi-fi. And in our opinion, it's not the baddest idea to ask them, you want to look at your system, you want to touch it, or you want to hear music? And 9 out of 10, they will reply on this question, no, I want to hear music. So the best speaker, as Roland said, is he reproduces music, and you don't see the speaker.
You don't hear the speaker when it...
Excuse me, you don't hear the speaker
when it plays.
Exactly, and this is the difference, in our opinion, this is the difference between hi-fi and high-end. Because high-end is the perfect idea, like a live demonstration.
Mm. And when you sit down, it's very easy. You listen to a jazz combo, and then you hear the cymbals coming from the right channel, and the bass coming from left, and the piano, and there is no room in between and no air. But that's artificial.
Yeah.
That's hi-fi, or maybe lo-fi. High-end is something different. High-end is the way to create a sound stage which is very, very close to the original recording, where you can hear the air around the instruments, the air around the voices, and you can see where the really artists are sitting, where they are playing, and that's important. So next time you listen, just look out for this. Does the speakers create a really 3D image or not? Can you hear the cymbals on the right and the piano on the left only and no air around? If that's the way, then forget about it. You will never ever love music with these speakers. But if the speakers create a three-dimensional picture of the recording, this is perfect.
There is another point which comes out from the things Roland said. There are two customers. One of them, they only listen 3 pieces of music, and then they make the volume lower of the system, because then it's finished. So they have no, they make no adventure out of hearing music.
They have no pleasure in it.
They have no pleasure in it. When you have a good system which not reproduces a CD or a vinyl or something like this, when you have a system who plays real music, then you don't hear music for half an hour, you hear music for 3 hours and for 4. And that's what we want to do. We want to build machines for giving you the perfect idea that you are not sitting in front of the hi-fi system, you're sitting in front of the stage. That's what we want to do.